Jake Paul's fighting Mike Perry, straight up. I'm actually excited for this fight. What the hell is going on, guys? I'm excited for the Jake Paul fight. So, I must be sick. I'm feeling okay. I must be having a temperature or something. Jake Paul was originally set to fight Mike Tyson on July the 20th, and Mike Tyson had to be pulled out on a medical emergency, something to do with an ulcer flare-up. Now, that fight between Jake and Mike Tyson is being pushed back to the 15th of November. I said in my last video covering this Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight that really, they should just cancel the fight. Mike's a little bit too old. If he's having health scares and health flare-ups 5 weeks out from his fight against a 28-year-old Jake Paul, who's in his physical prime right now, I don't think it's a good idea. I want to see Mike Tyson get paid, but I'm happy if he never fights again. No need to risk his legacy whatsoever. Well, now, Jake Paul is fighting Mike Perry. And if you don't know who Mike Perry is a former UFC fighter who done okay. He had some good fights, he had some bad fights in the UFC, but then he transferred over to the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, and he is now arguably, well, probably the best bare knuckle fighter out there. He's beat the likes of Luke Rockhold, Michael Venom Page, Julian Lane. Julian Lane is this guy.
Let me bang, man. I want to do that, man. Let me I do. I do. Let me bang, I man. Do let you bang.
Here's my Perry's record. Oh yeah, Eddie Alvarez, Thiago Alves. And there's something about Perry. When he has these bare knuckle fights, even when he's getting battered, he somehow still wins. Perry takes a lot of damage, but his opponents always quit or just can't handle him. Now, there was a bit of controversy over Mike Perry's win over Michael Venom Page, but whatever, we're splitting hairs. Michael Perry is a good fighter. Now, Mike Perry and Jake Paul are going to be boxing with gloves on, not bare knuckle. So really, Perry is going into Jake's world here. Of course, Mike Perry has got so much more experience than Jake has. Mike Perry's got 5 fights in the bare knuckle FC alone. Jake's got 10 fights, but then Mike Perry has got all the UFC experience. However, although Perry is going over to the boxing world, where Jake is most comfortable, I do believe this is probably Jake's hardest match. If we take a look at who Jake has fought, that Gibb lad, Nate Robertson, basketball player, Ben Askren, can't throw a punch to save his life, Tyron Woodley ×2. Tyron Woodley hasn't thrown a full power punch in about 7 years. Anderson Silva, who was about 50 when him and Jake fought. Tommy Fury, not the best boxer, but fairly decent. Jake lost against Tommy. Nate Diaz. Now, I'm going to say something controversial. Nate isn't that good. Think about Nate Diaz in all his fights. He gets battered a lot. And then, yeah, he has these moments like where he almost beat Leon Edwards in the 5th round. But Nate Diaz is past his prime. Is he game? Yes. But there was no way Nate Diaz was going to beat Jake Paul. Andre August, Ryan Borland. Now, these are 2 professional boxers with somewhat okay records, but they were in the 30s. They were also very inactive. So Jake hasn't really fought anyone really notable within boxing. As we say, probably his toughest challenge was Tommy Fury. Well, now, Mike Perry is about to be Jake's actual toughest challenge. Jake posted this video on his YouTube channel announcing that he's fighting Mike Perry. Let's watch and analyze and see what he's got to say for himself.
The news is true, folks. I, Jake Paul, will be fighting Mike Perry, Tampa, Florida, July 20th. Let's cut to the chase and get into the nitty gritty. Why Mike Perry? Why now? Why not just wait? What about Mike Tyson? Yes, I am still fighting Mike Tyson November 15th. However, Mike Tyson is one of the baddest men on this planet. He has way more experience than me. He's a killer. And so why not gain more experience against another notorious known killer? Mike Perry, the bare knuckle legend, the man that can't be knocked out, the vicious, violent brawler.
Perry with the left hook.
I agree with that. Why not get more experience? Go for it, Jake Paul. I like this decision. Once again, still not a boxer though. He's still not fighting a boxer. The boxer who he was going to face is a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. Yeah, just put that out there just to remind everyone. This is a good challenge for Jake Paul, but still not a boxer. And for someone who's got world title aspirations, as Jake Paul has, maybe you should keep challenging boxers. But whatever, it's Mike Perry. If I was in Jake's position, I'd take this fight as well. It's going to be a big money fight. I can't really hate on the lad for the business side of things. Fair play to him. He's making absolute millions.
This guy is a fucking lunatic. He's undefeated in bare knuckle, which is probably the craziest sport in the world. And not to mention, this fight has been brewing for years. Mike Perry has been talking shit to me non-stop, and I do think this guy is funny. I like his shit talk. And I think this fight is going to have some amazing press conference moments and really entertaining stuff that comes from it.
The build up to this and the press conference is actually going to be pretty sick. And if you've made it this far in the video, make sure you like the video and subscribe for daily fighting, MMA, boxing, influencer type uploads. In fact, don't subscribe. I don't want subscribers on my channel who aren't going to interact. Go and look at all my content first. If you like the general vibe, then subscribe. Only like the vibe if you're gonna subscribe and grow in the tribe. My music below. Remember that? Yes. Go check out my music.
But it is a major risk. I am literally potentially sacrificing the biggest moment of my career, the biggest payday of my career, if I lose to Mike Perry. But for some reason, these are the positions that I like to put myself in and that I feel like I have to put myself in to get better inside the ring under the lights. And just being honest, at one point we made the decision to not do this fight. We were like, let's not do it. Let's just wait for Mike. And then I went to sleep that night and then the next night. And I was sitting there and I was like, you know what? F it. Why not? This is who I am. The problem child came out of me, and I want to show the world that I can go in there against this guy who everyone already thinks is gonna win and prove everyone wrong once again and get that W. My career, I have to play catch up in terms of experience. I have to stay active if I really do want to become world champion. Mike Tyson is still coming, but this train stops for nobody. I fear no man. I will fight wherever, whenever, whoever. I say that, and I think by now y'all truly know that I actually back that. By now, I truly back that up. So quite simply, this is a Mike appetizer. Mini Mike, my son. It is true, Mike Perry was birthed by me many years ago. I love him like a son, and just like Mike Tyson, I just have to discipline him. Right back at the Amalie Arena where I knocked out Tyron Woodley, so it's my lucky stadium. My official prediction for the fight, 3 rounds or less, calling it now. These guys can't hang with me. Nobody's really been able to see my skill for the past year. I've had new coaches, development has gone amazing, and I'm excited to put on a performance July 20th. Get this knockout, roll the trailer.
Jake Paul, Mike Perry, the fight is on.
This fight is massive. It's a massive risk. It is a gamble. Mike's dangerous.
This fight's been building for years. He's been shit talking me, begging me for the fight.
Jake Paul, man.
I'm here, buddy.
Jake, you don't want this.
What if Mike Perry knocks out Jake Paul?
July 20th, Mike's getting put to sleep.
Mike Perry's a brawler, man.
I'm gonna bring it to him.
Jake Paul's made a massive mistake.
Mike Perry can flatline, absolutely.
I'm the real problem. You don't want it?
I am Mike Perry's father.
Mike Perry is going to destroy Jake Paul.
Mike Perry beats Jake Paul the fuck up.
Okay, I'm ready to go play. Oh yeah, okay. So, a couple things to consider here. Jake Paul was walking around, supposedly, at around like 230 pounds, I think it was reported at. And Jake was looking pretty big. This fight is most likely going to take place at around 180, 185 pounds. That's what Jake's fought at previously. Mike Perry's fighting around 170, 180, 185 these days. So Jake's got about 40 days to cut 45, 50 pounds of body weight. That's a lot. And Jake is going to still be the bigger man when they step in there. Mike Perry, he's quite thick, but he's like 5'10", 5'11". Yeah, 5'10" he is. Jake Paul's 6'1". Now, the thing is, Mike Perry actually gets hit quite a lot. So the question is, with this fight that I think needs to be answered, and we're not going to know until it actually happens, can Mike Perry take the shots of Jake Paul and keep pushing forward? Because Mike Perry is not an elusive fighter. He likes getting hit. He's explicitly said dozens of times, I like getting punched in the face. It wakes me up. If Jake can't get Mike out of there in the first few rounds, I think we can see Mike Perry doing some decent damage as the fight goes on. It seems like this is probably going to be 8 rounds, similar to the Mike Tyson fight. I hope it's 8 rounds. It'd be great if it was a couple more. But I much prefer this fight over the Mike Tyson fight. What do you guys think? Are you excited for this? It's on DAZN, so we'll do a live stream for this event right here on the channel. Make sure you stay tuned for all the build-up, all the coverage. We'll be uploading a lot of content surrounding this fight. Like this video. Appreciate you all. See you tomorrow.